we can talk.
I'm telling
you, we're good. I can edit it. We're good. Hold on.
Oh, that's true.
Just push restart now, so you don't have.
Welcome to the Miami Heat Zone podcast. We're pushing to 10,000 subscribers. Make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button, and thank you guys for all the support. Today we have Ernest from Miami Heat Talk. Today we have Amir from Team to Beat. Guys, I know it's been a while. Once again, thank you guys for coming on the show.
Of course, man. Happy to be back.
Thanks for having us. It's been too long.
Right.
All right, so obviously we have not made the playoffs, which I'm not necessarily mad about because at the end of the day, I didn't want to go into a first-round series and then lose like how we did last year. So we'll start off with Ernest. Ernest, what do you think about the overall season and how everything played out?
It was a tease. Tease, man. That 14-7 start had all of us excited. Me, myself, I was cutting videos talking about how I thought this team was going to be a contender. Not for a championship, but I thought they could do what Indiana did last year. Make a nice little run. You had this new fast-paced offense. You had Norman Powell balling. You're still excited for Tyler to come back. They go 14-7, and then Spo makes the worst decision by implementing Tyler Hero in the starting unit. We go 1-8. We go 500 the whole year. Same as last year. So same thing, man. It's just basketball purgatory. So I'm glad that we didn't do this year what we did last year. Because had we made it as an 8th seed playing Detroit, I get it. Orlando beat Detroit in the first game. That's fine. The Heat maybe could have done that too. But honestly, man, we know what this team is. It's a mediocre play-in team. It's time for changes.
And Amir?
I mean, terrible season. Like, yes, we were better because record-wise, we're better, but we're still the 10th seed. Four games above 500, whatever it was, 42 wins, like
6.
42, whatever. It doesn't even matter because one, we're the 10th seed, and teams were historically tanking so badly that we got extra free wins. But also, we lost to the Utah Jazz in a game specifically when Lauri Markkanen and their Triple J, both had like 29 and 24 points in the third quarter, and they sat them both out, and they still won that game because they were blatantly trying to lose. We lost to the Pacers twice, who are blatantly trying to lose. If they don't get a top 4 pick, they owe the Clippers a pick for Zubac, right? So, like, we lost to them twice. We lost to the Kings. We lost to the Mavericks. Like, those were the bad losses. But then we went 0 whatever it was, 12 or 13 against the Raptors, Celtics, and Magic. So it was just a frustrating season, and it's always the same story. Only if we won a couple of these clutch games here and there, we would have been the sixth seed, but we weren't, and we didn't. We're just not good enough. We're still doing the same thing we continuously do, blended build. We have Bam, Norm, Wiggins, the vets, and then we try to throw in some young guys. We never commit. We need to commit one way or another. So overall, frustrating season. I'm happy it's over. Let's pray to God we have a 4% chance to get like a top 4 pick. If we do, that could be huge for the Miami Heat, so we'll see.
Just pick a direction. That's all I want.
Yeah. So, Ernest, I mean, this was a terrible season, honestly, for the Miami Heat, but we also have to look at the captain of the ship, and that's Erik Spoelstra. What do you think about Erik Spoelstra, especially when it comes to not playing the young guys? I honestly think that this is the only franchise that I know of that will play undrafted guys over their first-round pick. The biggest thing for me is I think that they messed up not getting off of Powell and Wiggins, even if it wasn't for the first. Or, you know what I mean? I just think that, think about it. We're in the same predicament whether we had them or not. If you trade them, I don't think we even make the playoffs. We keep them now. We're still not in the playoffs. But like I said, back to the whole young guy thing. What do you guys think about the whole Kel'el Ware dynamic, the Caspers dynamic? To me, like I said, I just think that they should have played more. But let's start off with Kel'el Ware. Ernest, what do you think about their relationship? There's a lot of stuff and beef that kind of went off back and forth. They've kind of resolved it for the most part. But how do you think about, how Kel'el Ware approached this season?
I mean, before I get to Kel'el Ware, the point you made earlier about Powell and Wiggins, I agree. And it's one funny thing. When Powell and Wiggins were not playing, games they weren't playing, Heat had winning records. But when guys like Pella, Jaime weren't playing, we had losing records. So let's do the math. Going on Kel'el Ware and Spo, I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. I look at this and I'm like, I understand that the motor, that the drive is not there. I get that. I know the problem is that he's not a guy that dives for loose balls and he doesn't he's not a committed and passionate guy like Bam. He's chill, when he's committed, he's committed. But I think like I really don't know what's happened because we saw what Kel'el Ware did in November when he was given 30 minutes a game. Dude was balling, 16 points, 12 rebounds, 2 blocks. Then Tyler comes back, and then you put that dude who does those numbers on the bench for 5 minutes coming off the bench. That was a smart decision. I don't get it. Like I really don't understand what happened. I understand that the connection isn't there between him and Spo. I know Spo challenged him. And look, guys, one thing about this organization that I love, they don't let things out. Like you really would love to be a fly in the wall in the Miami Heat locker room because they're not like other organizations that let things out. They don't leak things out. For all we know, you guys, Kel'el Ware was doing some real stupid stuff that pissed off Spo. And honestly, you could see it on the court. I mean, he has these great tendencies. You know, he's a big that can rebound, block, score. He can hit threes. He's a unicorn. Yeah. But he also makes some really horrible decisions. He gives effortless, he's effortless sometimes. Defensively, he's always chasing blocks. So he's missing assignments. He looks lost out there sometimes, but that's because he's young. That's why you have a guy like Malik Allen to coach him, to help him get better. And what's the only way a guy like that can get better? More playing time. So I hope that that issue has really been fixed. You saw Kel'el Ware get more minutes at the end of the season. I wish they could have done that back in like February or something. Like, I really don't get it. Now I'm passionate about this because I remember when we drafted this kid, I figured this is the answer next to Bam Adebayo. And you did it the beginning of the season and it worked. And you changed it for whatever reason. I don't know. I get it. Spo loves small ball. He went Bam, Wiggins, Larson, Powell, and Mitchell. That kind of worked. Cool. But then Tyler got injured again. So why not go back to what worked with Kel'el Ware starting? Like, I get it. You don't have a backup center. I understand that. But figure it out, man. You can't have this kid playing 12 minutes a game. That's a reason why I felt like we lost a lot of these games, especially to games like Toronto and Orlando. You need size. And when you have Kel'el Ware coming off the bench for 10 to 12 minutes, that's not an answer. Oh my God. Like Spo really frustrated me this season. I'm on the Spo bandwagon a lot of times. I'm saying he's the best coach in the NBA. But there was this game 2 seasons ago against the Pistons where he called a timeout where we had no timeouts and got a technical foul. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And ever since then, he's been making these questionable decisions where I'm thinking, is it time for him to go to the front office and for Chris Quinn to take over coaching? I don't know. That's just an idea. I know I went on a tangent. My bad. I can't even think about the other question because that topic gets to me.
Now, Amir, how do you feel about Kasparis? There's a lot of people that are comparing him to Goran Dragic. I honestly did think he should have played a lot more. You know, once again, this is a guy who he was projected lottery. I understand he's young, but he's proven his first game, his first NBA start, he had 15 in Boston. So how do you feel about Kasparis going into the future? Because I definitely think he should be starting next year. Amir? You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Perfect. So Kasparis, it was unfortunate because Spo didn't really give him much opportunity at the beginning of the year. Like he doesn't really trust rookies. He needs to see them obviously learn the scheme and develop before he gives them an opportunity. And then once they start proving they could be on the floor and not be a liability, they get to play a little bit more, right? So it took a while before he got in the rotation. And once he did, we saw his value. And it also was frustrating to your point, Martel. Like you said earlier, we play undrafted guys ahead of some of our drafted players or veterans. And Drew Smith was getting a lot of opportunity before him. And I get it because of his point of attack defense. But Kasparis proved that he could be a two-way point guard. And that's huge for us. He has the size. He has the playmaking ability. And the huge thing was the three-point shooting. I don't know what he shot. Like, I think he finished in the 40s, right? Like, I don't know if it was 38, 30, if it dipped at the end of the season, but he was shooting very well on catch-and-shoot three-pointers especially. His knock in the summer league in the preseason was, and in college, was, again, the three-point percentage and turnovers. What did he do in the NBA level when he got an opportunity and finally, like, got to experience playing with better players and not scrubs in the summer league? No offense to some of those players, but he didn't turn the ball over at the same level, protected the ball, and was hitting the three ball at a high clip. Like, he needs to play next season. Obviously, like, if he's not a starter, he needs to play as our top 8 possibly in the rotation, right? Like he was maybe more like 10, 9 to 10 kind of range at some points during the season. So he needs more opportunity. I don't know if he'll start. We'll see what Spo does because there's a lot of guys that have extensions. There's free agents. Is Norm coming back? Are we going to have Tyler? We have Davey on an expiring contract, so we don't know what that roster is going to look like. So we might be forced to start him, and I don't think that would be a bad thing, because I think he should be the floor general of our future. Again, he was a lottery pick, supposed to be a lottery pick, top 13, slipped to us, and I guess a lot of those scouts and GMs made a mistake because he looked like a real NBA player. And the defense was the biggest surprise to me was his ability to move laterally and defend, and did pretty well in rotations. Wasn't lost like Kel'el Ware, to Ernest's point. A big reason why Kel'el didn't really play a lot outside of the motor stuff. But like, I think that Spo gets really upset when he misses defensive assignments, and he's a little better in terms of being trigger happy, trying to block every shot like his rookie year. Like his rookie season, he tried to block every single thing versus staying in position. This year it got a little bit better, but he still did it a ton. But we didn't see those mistakes with Kasparis on the defensive end. Like he tries very hard, just like Pelle Larsson on the defensive end, which was very refreshing to see. So
And that's why.
I hope he plays a lot next year.
Yeah, and that's why, dude. And just to touch on your point, Amir, I think the reason why Kasparis has gotten way better defensively, Davion Mitchell and Drew Smith. Like Davion was even saying in practice how he's been helping him defensively. You have two, in my opinion, Davion Mitchell and Drew Smith, two of the best defensive point guards in the NBA. I think another the only kid I can think of, I can't remember his name, Jose Alvarado. He was with New Orleans. Yeah, Alvarado. He's with the Knicks now. Like those pest type of defenders, like Kasparis. I remember his scouting report in the draft. Defense was an issue, and you look at him now. He's staying on point. He's playing aggressive. He's being a pest. I mean, that's because of playing with guys like Davion, Drew Smith, and Pelle Larsson. So I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, Kasparis and Kel'el Ware, these are two guys where those were the positions that we've needed to fill for the longest time, a center and a point guard. So hopefully next season, if they're not traded, they can definitely start and make an impact for this team. Like I said, we're the only organization that really doesn't play their first-round picks, even if they make mistakes. But guys, make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you guys go to Ernest's channel at Miamiheat. Make sure that you guys go to Amir's channel, Team to Beat. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and thank you guys for all the support.